welcome to TeleLumiere. My name is Denisha LaBranch. I have a bachelor's degree from Bridgewater State University with a focus on criminal justice. And here today we are here to welcome my dad, Daniel LaBranch. He's been doing this show for over 30 years. This is his 644th episode. He's received 15 citations, 3 being from the mayor and 1 being from the governor. Hi, Dad. Welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to have your daughter interviewing you, isn't it? It's a treat.
Yeah, and it's really special today because we have a lot of our lovely families and friends here in the audience, so we're happy that they're here to join us. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah. So, Dad, how does it feel to be doing your 644th episode?
Great. You know, I enjoy doing it. In order to do it for that long, you have to have a passion. You have to give back to your community. So usually we think about money. We don't think about, I'm not giving my time for free. But if you really want to help your community, you have to give back. And I've been giving back for over 30 years. And I believe instead of complaining about things, we all can do something small to make the world better. It's a moral imperative to give back to the community. So there's no place for selfishness. You have to help out. And if you are blessed and somebody else is not so blessed, if you could be a blessing to that person, be that blessing.
Wonderful, wonderful. So doing the show for 30 years, you know, there must be some things that you really enjoyed as far as an episode or guests. Can you tell us some of your favorite episodes and your favorite guests?
You know, I did a show with Dr. Desrosiers. She's a psychiatrist in Cambridge. The show, after that, I do so many shows with Edna Laurent Tellis about mental illness, but with Dr. Desrosiers, it was the first show I did about mental illness. And we're talking about kids who are having problems and at school, sometimes they are over-medicated. And we did the show like we would do any show. But 2 weeks later, I was in a barber shop. Somebody saw me. He said, Mr. LaBranch. Je me dis, ça passé. Moi, je suis haïtien. I'm sorry if I miss Creole with English. And he dit, m'tap gade un épisode ou fait sur mental illness. M'gon petit qui malade, c'est tout le temps dans sa pite. Pour moi chercher traitement pour petit là, yo dit, son femme de homme gen k'ap manje petit là.
I'm sorry for what does that mean?
I mean,
something not good, I guess.
I mean, the kids has been sick, but you know, our culture, we always, when it's a mental illness, we don't consider it as a sickness like any other sickness. We always think it's something voodoo they're doing to the kids, and it's been going back and forth to Haiti to look for treatment for the kids. But when he saw that show, I mean, what Dr. Desrosiers was talking about, the symptoms, so he recognized that his kid had the same symptoms. So he went to Cambridge to see Dr. Desrosiers, and after talking to Dr. Desrosiers, he brought the kids, and Dr. Desrosiers started treatment, and the kids had been feeling better ever since.
Wow.
So it's things that you do that you don't know what impact it has on somebody else. So you keep doing it. Hopefully somebody can benefit from it.
Wow, amazing. And you probably saved a life, and it's through education.
Well, at least, I mean, the goal, or my goal, or the objective of the TV is to educate, inform, and entertain the audience. So by doing that, if I end up helping somebody, so be it. That's my goal.
Yeah, and that's definitely a tremendous thing to give. It's a great way to give back to the community because a lot of times we aren't educated on a lot of issues, especially mental illness. There's such a stigma behind that. So being able to just flip on your TV and with a host that you know and you trust and get that information, that's definitely very impactful. So we talk about the highlights, right? But what are some of the challenges that you face? Because I'm sure a lot of people think it's glamorous, you get to be on TV, and,
Well,
but there could be some challenges with that.
Well, the biggest challenge I had faced is when I did a show about domestic violence. You talk about domestic violence, you don't know anybody, you just talk about the issues. If somebody is having this issue at home, this is where you can get help. And I told them, even with flowers, you shouldn't hit a lady. So there's no place in the womb for violence. You can't be abusing somebody pretending you are jealous or you love that person. It's baloney. So when I do a show about domestic violence, I end up talking about some issues. For some reason, the guys maybe thought the woman told me something. That's why I'm doing a show about it. No, it's something that was programmed to do a few months ago. But harassing falcons, crashing my cars.
Oh my gosh.
You know, and cut my tires. All you do, you're helping people, but you don't expect somebody would react like that. When I talk about a general guideline, if you are in a relationship, these things are happening, you should look for help. Give them the number to call, the people to contact. I was interfering in his private life, even though I don't even know him. So, yes, even though you don't get anything out of it, but you get some trouble out of it.
Uh-oh.
True.
So what about, like, because you've kind of highlighted how you're educating the community, especially the Haitian community, because it is a Haitian show primarily done in Creole. So what are some ways that you feel like you've really benefited the community, and how do you interact with the community? Like, what is your take on the Haitian community, specifically in Brockton?
But let me start by saying, when I started the show in '92, it was during the HIV and AIDS. So we had to do a program about HIV and AIDS to educate people, to tell them how to avoid risky sexual intercourse and stuff like that.
Right.
And at the point, and they even, when they're talking about 4-H, they put Haitian as one of the H. It's like we are labeled as people bringing HIV and AIDS to the United States. People had problem at work, and when you bring your clothes to some cleaners, if you are Haitian, they don't even want to take your clothes.
Oh wow!
If you go to a restaurant, they know Haitian, they wouldn't receive you. So it was. Some people have to talk about Dr. Eustache, and there was an organization called C-Share, TeleLumiere. We all joined forces. We went to New York, we went to different places to protest against that, and we said, in order to convince you that we don't bring, we all here are going to have an AIDS test to prove to you that you can just put everybody in that category. And they didn't want it. We all wanted to take a test to prove to them all Asian people are not sick.
Right.
But after fighting with them for a few months, they removed the Asian name from that list.
Wow.
That was a big accomplishment.
And I didn't even know about that.
You're a kid.
But thank you for But thank you for doing that, because now I have never had to face that, and it's because of the work that you and your colleagues have done. So that's fantastic. Mm-hmm. What are some ways? So you've helped with the reputation of Haitians, which is phenomenal because, you know, we're the first to do a lot of things and we set the tone in a lot of things and we don't always get the acknowledgement for that. So we know we have ways to go, but what are some ways you think we can improve as a community, especially in the Haitian community?
But the Haitian community, the big issue is togetherness. Everybody wants to do their own stuff. They don't want to join forces. If you're doing something, instead of trying to help you out, to improve it, to do it better, they want to destroy it because they should have been the one to initiate it, not you. So if we don't come to a point to understand, even at home or abroad, if we don't join forces, all the other communities will be ahead of us. Because if we are divided, I mean, we're not going anywhere. You have to join forces. You have to have a common purpose. Because if people do have a common purpose, it's not self-interest. You want to help a community. Why there are so many issues? People want to do the little thing, and there's corruption also. And I talk about it. Corruption in Haiti at home, corruption in the Haitian community when it's come to some organization. So you have to have the guts to say it.
Absolutely.
You know? So the reason I try to work on that TV show, I don't join any organization, you have to be able to show a report of what you accomplished and what you receive, how the money was spent. If you can do that, I'm not going to work with you. I don't want to dirty my reputation. I have a family name to protect. So if I feel you're not being honest, I'm not going to work with you.
Yeah, and let's talk about that a little bit because you've had a lot of high-profile guests. You have politicians, you've had doctors, like a bunch of professionals, and I'm sure that they also have to watch the company they keep. So that says a lot about you that you're able to get some of these people on your show. I remember a few shows where you would have, is it like the mayor and other public officials come to talk about issues in the debates and things?
You remember the first debate organized between Harrington and Jay Stewart?
I remember.
You were on the camera,
Well,
you dropped the camera to answer your cell phone.
It was a very important issue about a party, so I had to. Politics had to wait for a second.
So yeah, well, I did the first debate between the mayors, and after that, they took it over.
Wow.
I wasn't supposed to be the one to initiate that.
Wow. And you were probably one of the first to even do that.
I was the first one who did it.
It's like when we have the government election going on right now, it's like you hosted a debate. That's huge.
Yes, I did that, but I always invite people, candidates for who are running for office to come to my show to talk about their platforms. For 2 years now with COVID, I didn't do it.
Right.
But I used to do that. And you can, through the intro, you can see all the people I've interviewed during the course of the year.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Amazing. So let's talk a little bit more about back home in Haiti. We've talked about the Haitian community here, how we can make Brockton better, especially for our Haitian residents. But what about back home? What is going on back home? How do we fix it? Because we obviously want to be able to give back, but how do we do that?
But when you talk about Haiti, you're talking about institutional corruption. When I say institutional corruption, it's at all the levels of government. It's become a way of life in Haiti. So for a country to function, like in the United States, you have to have 3 branches of government, right? You have to have the executive branch, the judicial branch and the legislative
Same.
branch.
Yep.
So what tends to happen in Haiti is like the executive branch wants to control all the other branches. So for a government to function, you have to have check and balance.
Right.
And if you don't have check and balance, anything can go wrong. But recently, the president of the Senate of Haiti is involved in drug trafficking.
Oh no.
It was on the American paper. It's public knowledge now. People from the Senate, Haitian senators, they are trafficking drugs. Like I said so many times, something radical has to happen in Haiti. Election is not going to change the way the country is functioning. I mean, if somebody's stealing, you're killing, you have gangs everywhere. I mean, even you do election, things will not change. It will stay the same. You have to make example of these people. Don't tell me you have all these embassies there, American embassy, Canadian embassy, French embassy, and they can help you out.
That's a good point because there's
And
corruption
also,
everywhere.
we have to understand also the government is also working with the gangs. Sometimes the gangs are doing their dirty work for them. So what's going on in Haiti, it's very sad. It's extremely sad. It's like the country is getting to a level no one thought was possible. When you have gangs controlling the street and the police is not doing anything, complete chaos. You have to understand that if it keeps going like that, it's because the government is working with the gangs. If the government wasn't working with the gangs, they would have put an end to it. All these people in the government, they are millionaires. Why don't you hire some special forces to come to Haiti and to wipe these gangs out? There are people who do that. When there's a place, chaotic situation, you pay them, you have a contract with them, they work with you, and they could eradicate these gangs. And there's one thing I mentioned many times. Whatever you did in Haiti, if the country is getting better, you go overseas, you should be sent back to Haiti to face the crimes you committed in Haiti.
There's a term for that. I think it's extraction.
In French, they say extradition,
Yep.
extradé for the verb. Well, I think in English it might be extradition too.
Always teaching. So really good points. So what's challenging is that, what's happening in Haiti, I think that happens everywhere. Like we know that there's corruption in all governments, but is there a way that Haiti can maybe, I think it's also a resource issue. Would you agree with that? That maybe we don't have a lot of the same resources as other countries?
I don't think it's a problem. The problem is a mentality.
Okay.
People go to government to steal.
Oh, wow.
With that mentality, they want to have some millions during their terms. They don't come to make the country better. They come to get what they can get out of the country. So whenever somebody is working in government with that mentality, it's not good for the country. And most of the time, their money is deposited in foreign banks. Their money is not even invested in Haiti to promote the economy. Many Asian politicians have businesses in the Dominican Republic, a country that doesn't even like us. And now the sad thing about it is to see young girls 16 and 18 involving in prostitution just for somebody to put minutes on their phone.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
That's sad.
And now many of them who went to the Dominican Republic to study, universities are more expensive in Haiti than the Dominican Republic.
Oh, wow.
So many parents send their kids to the Dominican Republic to study, but what they don't see is like it's not just the tuition. You have to pay for rent, and you have to pay for food.
Room and board, yeah, like going to college almost.
Yeah, even you're not in campus, you want to rent an apartment, you have to eat, and the money that their parents give them to live on is not enough. And they don't want to go back home. So in order to continue school, they end up doing things they are not too proud of.
Really sad.
So when you are all that, if you had a government who is responsible and to provide health, education, housing, I mean, when I was young, growing up in Haiti, I always learned that Haiti son pays qui gagne, I have to say some Creole, qui gagne agriculture, qui gagne bagay, on prend, mais là qu'on y arrive à l'on point, whatever you want to buy, you have to buy it from the Dominican Republic. The trade, not even trade because we don't give anything. We spent about $300 million every year buying food from the Dominican Republic. And even there's a gang called the 400 Maosos. There are many suggestions that that gang get money from the Dominican Republic. Because with the instability in Haiti, you have no tourism. So the tourists will go to the Dominican Republic and you keep buying food from the Dominican Republic, and they don't want your country to be stable. If your country is stable, they won't make the money they are making. So you have to understand, you have to have strong leaders in Haiti. People who really believe in Haiti. People who really believe in changing Haiti. Patriotism to change it. But these people there, I said it in one show, people told me I was too extreme. Tant que yo ta dit m'da mettre son poteau d'exemple figé puis fort là-dedans. Son bon vagabond. Craser pays net. So you have to understand, if you have to make example of these bad people, so the other generation will never put Haiti in that situation again. So you have to make an example of them. When other people growing up see the price they have to pay for what they did, they will think twice about doing something like that.
So we talked about how we can make Haiti better with a change in mentality, which is absolutely true, and also strong leaders in place. Is there anything we can do here at home to help?
Let's go back to Haiti for a moment. I wrote a paper I sent to some people. They didn't do too much about it. I think when you say Haiti, we have to change the way we function. We have to, it's like everything is about the capital. So we have to come with governors. Like we have these departments, depend what kind of food they can produce there, and you can focus on their specialities. Akaye fait un pile banane et c'est concentré sur production banane. La Tibonite fait un peu du riz, concentré sur la production du riz. Et puis, essayer faire une corporation qui peut créer. Là, pour un petit habitant qui a 2000 carottes, c'est son économie de subsistance. We have to operate on a different level.
Is there anything that we can do here as a Haitian community in Brockton to help Haiti, or?
We've been doing it. We've been doing it because if it wasn't for the diaspora sending money to Haiti, I mean, they send money every month. They have parents they send money to, and they pay tax of $150 for the transfers. Without the help from the diaspora, I mean, many people living in Haiti would have dying of starvation.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've been helping. The point is, it's not that the country is as poor as people think. The money is not used properly. The money is not invested properly. So if you have an economy where you don't produce anything, you always buy from people, you don't sell anything. Mm-hmm. You will always have a negative balance. You have to go back to producing things. So we have to change things. I still believe the country can change with people with vision. People who really change. I mean, the system we're using now, it's an old system. It doesn't work anymore. We have to come with a new vision to get Haiti out of the situation that Haiti has been for so long.
Let's talk about leadership, because I think a lot of what you're saying kind of stems from a lack of leadership, a lack of integrity. So do you have ideas of how we can get those strong leaders in place? Like, how do we change that?
But
can we change that?
To change that, I remember when I was in Haiti, and there was a law. When you want to enter government, you have to tell them what you have, your assets. So suppose you have $20,000 a house, you have to reveal it before they hire you. So when you finish your term in government, you have to give another report to see what you have after 5 years in government. It's a way to see if there wasn't any way you were stealing. How could you get that much money in 5 years? How come you have 15 houses? How come you have $15 million when you started with $20,000? So the law is in Haiti, but they don't apply it anymore. Because the people who are supposed to apply it, they are stealing also.
Is there any way that we can fix that as far as getting these people out of...
But we have to change our mentality.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in Haiti, we used, there was a little book, a book called Instruction Civique. How to be a good citizen. When you are going up, qui j'en pour aimer pays ou, qui j'en pour aider pays ou. So, ou t'es grandi avec une mentalité, avec une fierté d'être haïtien. Moi, après, je marche à Haïti, si moi, on bon moun sale, yo campé pour ban faire photo, m'gon jouer au courir derrière, oui. M'dit c'est nous cap sale pays, oui. Donc, we grew up we are proud to be Haitian. And nous c'est petite Dessalines, petite Toussaint l'ouverture. Donc nous pas au Kabylie la situation nous hier, l'en besoin font bagaille pour Haïti, c'est blanc qui pour dire nous ça pour nous faire. Blanc que nous gouma avec là. Blanc qui mette en esclavage là. C'est lui qui a dit nous ça pour nous faire pour nous payer. Nous pensons que ça jamais l'avantage nous vrai. Nous pensons que ça jamais besoin pays à développer. D'ailleurs, selon un pile recherche qui fait, Sometimes I have to speak my Creole. I'm sorry. D'après un peu de recherche qui fait, il y a Haiti. We have resources in Haiti. And according, I can prove it because I read so many reports about it. The United States, they don't want us to export it. It's like they put it there when they need it, they use it when people are dying in Haiti. And our leaders go along with it. Son bon traite yo ye. Yo pas haïtien vrai. Soit haïtien qui ont fait accepter pour mettre pays dans état ça et puis pour signer un papier pour d'accord. Moi me songe les que on ban haïtien était venu Texas pour rentrer États-Unis, gens que t'a couru derrière à cheval, nous tout haïtien était fâché. Mais ou pas jamais réaliser que le gouvernement haïtien était sur un papier bail américain droit pour refouler Haïti. N'a blâmé blanc pour ça le faire, mais le gouvernement nous a l'autorisation pour le faire ça le faire. It's sad. It's very sad. Ignorance aligned with power is the most ferocious enemy justice can have. L'opon yé oran gen pouvoir gen kob, eh ben chaque temps besoin montrer le gonek c'est sous minorité le montrer ça.
And I guess what the positive thing with someone like Donald Trump, there's not many, but one of the positive things is I think it really shed a light on where we need to still continue to grow as a country. And it also made us aware that we do not want that overall as leadership. I think that seeing how the recent elections have gone, it seems like we're coming together more to say, not everybody, of course, but I think a majority of people are coming together and say we do not want this to be how we're viewed, and we don't want that to be our message and our legacy. So we're really passionate about how we can make Haiti better. But what are some of your fond memories of growing up in Haiti or being in Haiti or things that you miss? I mean, we always focus on the challenges, right? But it's always good to focus on the positives.
I grew up in Haiti in a middle class family. I was the only kid. I'm not saying I was spoiled, but I was the only kid. I went to a private school called Frère Polycarp. That was a classic school for the middle class family. And after that, I went to Collège Saint-Pierre, which is also a private school. So, growing up in Haiti, I left Haiti, I mean, because my parents were living in the United States and they didn't want me to stay, but I was having fun there.
So what are your favorite things to do in Haiti? What is there to do in Haiti? Like
go. I mean, go swimming. I mean, beautiful resort, nice beaches. I mean, cocoyole, coconut.
Oh.
Coconut water, and sugar cane.
Oh yeah.
Maibukane.
Yeah.
So,
amazing food.
Amazing food and moi après mon côté Tigouave, les combats les douce Marcos. Bon bagay. Bon bagay, mon Notre-Dame yo. Donc I enjoy Haiti, even though I haven't been back to Haiti since I left it. But Haiti is not as bad, but now it's bad. Because now it's like the middle class tend to disappear. We come to two extreme.
Oh wow! So either extreme poverty or
you're
well off.
I mean, tend to disappear gradually. The middle class is phasing out, and it's about the elite is controlling the government. The elite is also responsible for the assassination of Jovenel Moïse, because he started questioning himself about how people are making money when other people are in abject poverty. So when he really get a wake-up call trying to see what kind of changes he could make.
Very well informed. So it's truly amazing because you're well informed, you know what's going on back home in Haiti, you know what's going on in the community, and you're still making strides to help any way that you can. Is there anything that you have that, I mean, because we talked about how you've educated people, is there anything that you would still like to continue to do? It's only 30 years, so you still have some time. Is there anything that you'd want to accomplish going forward?
What I would like to see in Brockton is to have a place for the Haitian people. A place when there's an issue they could meet, they could get help. And I remember 7 years ago, I suggested that we try to contribute to buy a building, and there will be a Haitian flag on top of the building. We'll have Haitian nursing, giving classes to people to be CNA, or people to take their GED tests, or people, I mean, basic education to help. And when there's an issue in the community, they could come here, sit down, and discuss it. And they find there's a place they can go for help. And they would be talking with people who understand them and who share their problem. I mean, people they can trust.
That speak their language.
Yeah, and 7 years ago I've been trying that, but it didn't work out.
Well, that's interesting because, well, currently, I mean, I've been in HR for over 10 years. I'm a
director of HR.
I'm a director of HR at Kearney Hospital. And we have a pretty big Haitian community there. There's about 10 or 15% of the employees that work there are Haitian. And we did something that really reminded me of you a couple months ago. Our president at Kearney, we had basically like a Haitian Awareness Day. So Dorchester, that's where Kearney Hospital is, they received a grant of $300,000, and it was to vaccinate Haitians within the community, because there's a lot of information out there saying that Haitians aren't as vaccinated with COVID, that they don't believe in vaccination. So this grant was to basically help get the word out there, educate, because Kearney Hospital does vaccinate people. And so we basically what we did is we had a luncheon where we invited a lot of Haitian leaders, young Haitian leaders. And when I tell you, all these people were doctors, lawyers, engineers, the three things you have to be when you're Haitian. Yes. Some of them had like orphanages. And so, I mean, I was really proud to get up there and speak and talk about, you know, how I can help. And some of the ways that I try to help our community is by employing them. So at Kearney, you know, we have a lot of CNAs, we have positions in leadership, food service, there's things for everybody. So those are one of the ways that I wanted to give back, is to help give people an opportunity, a job, a chance to become something. So I think that one of the things they did say was that they wanted a kind of like a community center for Haitians. So it would be really great if Brockton was the first to do it, because I know there's a lot of talk in Dorchester and Hyde Park, especially with these like prominent leaders. So what would you say to young Haitian professionals, Haitian leaders, to help them get more involved in their community? Because even I mean, I have you, so I've seen what you've done over the years, but you know, how can we help with a community center? What would you say to young Haitian professionals? How can they help our community?
You know, because of bad press Haiti has been getting, some people don't even want to be recognized as Haitian. We have a certain identity crisis. I remember working at a bank for so many years, and there are some Haitians who didn't want to be recognized as Haitian. But when there was the earthquake in 2010, they were crying. I said, "What's wrong? I'm Haitian too." Yeah, I was Haitian too. But For years you working with them, they pretend they soit pas le créole, yo pas comprendre, yo di ki bo Haïti, yo même mando ki bo Haïti. Ouais. Et puis crise identitaire là, that identity crisis doesn't happen only in here. Look at what's going on in Haiti. Tout Haïtien ble grimel. Tout Haïtien n'a pas acheté crème pour grimel.
Isn't that dangerous?
You can have skin cancer with that.
Oh God.
But to see, it's like you are rejecting yourself. Jean bon Dieu te mette au te fait. Ou un problème à couleur. Ça veut dire, l'on peut être devant blanc. Si c'est blanc, pas être bon Dieu pour vous. Parce que c'est blanc, on besoin sembler. On besoin sembler avec colon. Alors, c'est moun ça qui pas changer Haïti. Si moun n'a pas quoi dans tête li. That's Haïtien fait business, y a bonne crème pour faire moun grimel. Gen des jours regarder ouais moun sur Facebook, moun nan grimel, les affaires pas bon après 3 mois elle tourne noir encore. I mean, we have to educate people to learn to accept who they are. But there is a place, what's the name? There's a place in Africa. There's a great leader there. I can't recall his name. If you use this point, you go into jail for 3 months. Yeah.
Well, I think it has a lot to do with education, right? Because I've always been very proud to be Haitian, especially when you learn the history that we were the first to win our independence. We've helped everybody. We were trailblazers, and I think you always helped us see us as beautiful. Black is beautiful. But I think it's education, right? Like, you know, who you're around, what your family teaches you, what you're exposed to. Because, I've always been really proud, and I think it's because of you. We've been really proud.
Oh, thank you.
And we're just perfect looking, so we don't have that problem.
First, I don't want to blame the Haitian men, but when you see what's going in Haiti with gangs, most of these people involved with gangs are people who grew up in monoparental family. It's like, monsieur enceinte mesdames yo, et puis yo pas jamais connaît existence ti moun nan.
Absence of the father.
Yeah. So, maman ti moun nan, ki gon ti moun sou bral, li pense elle te gon papa qui parle d'elle. Papa d'elle di la mouri gangou, cherchons l'autre moun pour aider elle pour pas mourir gangou et puis il prend l'autre petite. Et puis kounya misère augmenté. Et puis les ti moun sa levé, gade elle contre pour maman avec ti moun yo, elle kon sauver quitter ti moun yo. So, l'on prend gang Haïti yo, 90%, le monde qui dans gang Haïti yo, c'est moun qui grandit dans situation de là. So, yo pas de parents qui pour ba guideline to educate them, to tell them what's wrong, to go to school, to have a certain behavior. So, c'est eux tes parents tête yo. They grew up that by themselves. They didn't get any help. And what happened? After 10, 15 years, they become bandits. They become involved in gangs, killing people everywhere. They have a problem with society because society didn't care for them. It is sad.
It is sad.
So if you're not ready to be a father for your kids, use a condom. Don't make them. Because trop ti moun vin tourner criminel plus tard. Les ont grandi. Et pas tout non, mais 90% à 80% là-dedans. So as a Haitian man, we
As a
have
father,
to do,
yeah.
Haitian father, we have to do much better to educate our kids. Because the reality is, when you are a father for life. It starts with the woman being pregnant until the day you die. You have to be there for your kids. It's a moral imperative. You owe that to the kids. So, lorsqu'il était petit, tout et pourtant, gen tizo, gen barbecue, gen izo, gen tout kalite moun kap fè krim Haïti, majorité moun sa yo, c'est dans situation sa yo grandi.
So that's interesting because there are a lot of studies that say that absence of a father, especially, can lead kids to be basically a little more vulnerable to a lifestyle that is, you know, full of crime or whatever they can do because they don't have that role model. Mm-hmm. So, but we have you, so we've always been lucky to have our daddy, especially when I see my brother DJ, the father that he's become. I know that he had a good role model in you, and so that's nice to see. So talking about fatherhood, and I'm here.
You make me go to hell, though.
I was perfect.
You remember?
We don't no. Well. Do we have to go here?
Oh, we have to. We have to entertain the audience. You remember the first time I was showing you how to ride a bike? Could you tell the story?
Well, it's kind of a sad story.
It's not sad.
Okay. So
at the time maybe, but not now.
Well, my dad, he was being a little bit tough. So I remember getting up early in the morning, and my dad's like, "Denisha, there's a surprise." So I, run down the stairs, and I see a beautiful pink bike with a bow on it. And I think I can't remember, but I just stopped using my training wheels. So I saw this beautiful bike, and I was just like, I'm going to learn how to ride that by the end of the day. And Dad was like, okay. So something I'm a little embarrassed about, because even when I see the neighbors, I feel like they're still laughing at me, is when I was trying to drive the bike or ride the bike. I remember, you're like, come on, you can do it. And then I rode right into a tree, boom, and fell. And the whole neighborhood's laughing. You're laughing, and I'm like,
and who you blame for it?
You, because you didn't. But if you were me, it's like you didn't tell me.
You didn't tell me to stop.
You didn't.
You didn't tell me to stop.
But you didn't, and so it still upsets me to this day. Because, it was, but I was riding that bike by the end of the day.
True.
So that was fun.
And there's another story.
Why?
What about when you were going to be roller skating? That was it? I said, Danisha, I know you. You don't know how to roller skate. Don't try to go there to impress everybody. I don't want you to break your legs.
Me?
What happened?
Well, what happened was... How it happened, it was an accident. And I called you, and my dad's like, you're fine, just walk it off. And then he picks me up. This is the stuff you remember, right? Picks me up. I think we went to Boston Children's.
Yes.
And then, it was broken. So I think I was in the 4th grade, and I had a big blue cast that took up my whole leg. And I loved it because my dad had to pick me up to go up the stairs. Daddy, I need this. Daddy, I need food. But what was not good, it was right before the summer. And it was the first summer we got our pool. Do we have to talk about this? I get upset.
Oh, yes. This is my fun time now.
It was a really sad summer because that was the first summer we got our pool. Mm-hmm. And I remember it was ready and I couldn't swim in it. And you had a brilliant idea to get me kind of a cap for my cast. So all the neighborhood kids, this is how we grew up. We had all the neighborhood kids at that pool every day. And I was running it. I loved it. Me and DJ and David were just running things. But what I didn't like is that I had to go in the pool with a floaty and my leg up and everybody swimming, and I was not happy. You were happy though. You loved every minute of it.
I did tell you.
It was an accident. And I wasn't trying to show off. Things happen.
It just happened.
It did. Well, you put it in the air. That's what happened.
Oh, yeah. I changed it, huh?
Maybe a little. And but I mean, I taught you some things too. I taught the whole family how to swim.
Yes, still.
And I don't know about today. It's been a long time, but I used to beat you guys in pool war.
We used to hold your legs because you were going too fast.
DJ got kind of close, but no dice. Also, I really liked that you kept us together and that you liked having us do things as a family. Even when we went to Canopy Lake, for an afternoon, and our barbecues where we'd have the family over. 4th of July, we always have barbecues at the house, and sometimes our neighbors light fireworks. I know they're not supposed to, but it's fun. I remember my dad had all his friends over. He had a couple drinks. They're jumping in the pool. We're like, they're having more fun than us. So we really just we're really proud of you, Dad. We appreciate you. We appreciate that you've been doing this for 30 years. And we appreciate that you've made us laugh. You coached us. You're still, very involved in all of our lives. And so, not only are you a role model in the Haitian community to everybody at home, but you're a role model to us as well.
Thank you. I'm proud. I'm lucky to have a daughter like you.
You are. Okay, so I know that we have to wrap up soon, but any final thoughts? Anything else that we talked about what you wanted to accomplish as far as maybe a community center? How long do you think you can continue? Just as long as...
As long as physically and mentally I can do it, I will continue to do it. I enjoy doing it.
Obviously, everyone enjoys you doing it because it's been going on. So are there any shows that you have coming up that you are planning, or anything else you want to highlight? But I know that the main objective of the show is always the Haitian community, Haitian empowerment. So, more things to come, right?
Oh, yes, indeed. I will work more with. I'm trying to write some documentary.
Oh, wow.
About different issues and present them. I've been doing a lot of writing these days, so I keep myself busy. And I will keep doing it. And when I feel I'm no longer needed, I'll stop.
I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
You never know.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this really special occasion of TeleLumiere. Thank you to our beautiful family and friends for sitting with us for an hour. And and thank you at home for being with us for over 30 years. And, more to come. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
It was a pleasure.
Thanks.
I had just a little quick presentation I would like to make, and I know we only have a couple of minutes. But as the mayor of the city, Daniel, one of the great privileges that I enjoy is that I'm able to issue an official citation on behalf of the city. So I would like to issue this citation on behalf of the city today. Be it known that the mayor of Brockton hereby extends his appreciation to Daniel LaBranche in recognition of over 25 years of TeleLumiere. For over a quarter of a century and over 500 episodes, TeleLumiere has been a staple of Brockton community access programming. As a producer and as a host, your efforts have greatly enriched our community and provided hundreds of hours of television enjoyment for your viewers. The City of Brockton is honored that you continue to produce this program right here in the City of Champions, and we hope you continue for many more years.
Thank you.
Therefore, it gives me great pleasure to present this citation to you as a symbol of our appreciation. And this citation is duly signed by me as the mayor of the City of Brockton today. And this is very nice. It's my pleasure to present it to you.
Thank you very much, Mayor.
All right. And I just want to let you know I truly do appreciate the role that I've been a volunteer at BCA in my life. I've done some local radio here in the city. I know what community radio and community television mean, particularly to our immigrant ethnic communities who rely on shows like yours to get their information and to bring valuable information to the community. It's a very valuable role that you serve, and I wanted to officially, on behalf of the city, express our appreciation for the work that you do, not just for your community, but for the entire city.
Thank you very much, Mayor Carpenter.
It's my privilege.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, and thank you for inviting me onto the show.
My pleasure.
All right.